Goodnight Moon by Margaret Brown is more than just a children's bedtime story. It's a literary lullaby. Its pages wrap readers in the warmth of nostalgia, creating a sense of calm that even adults crave in the chaos of life. This book, first published in 1947, has been a bedtime staple for generations, charming families with its simplicity and soothing rhythm. Let's journey into this green room of wonder, where a little bunny bids the world goodnight, one detail at a time. The world of the Great Green Room. The story unfolds in a cozy, green-hued bedroom, a safe haven filled with charming details that make it feel alive. There's a red balloon floating in the corner, a pair of socks neatly placed, and a bowl of mush on the table, because apparently, mush was a thing kids loved back then. The room is detailed yet uncluttered, offering just enough to pique curiosity without overwhelming young readers. This isn't just any bedroom. It's the kind of place that feels as though it exists in every child's imagination. The room has a personality, from the crooked picture frames to the toy house, and every object seems to invite a sense of calm. Even the colors, muted greens, blues, and yellows, create a tranquil atmosphere. The room itself is a character in the story. Each object is imbued with significance, patiently waiting for its turn to be acknowledged in the bunny's nightly ritual. The bunny, an endearing narrator. At the center of this quiet drama is a little bunny. He doesn't say much, but his actions speak volumes. As the bunny goes through the ritual of saying goodnight to everything around him, it's as if he's putting the day to rest, one tiny piece at a time. There's something universal in his routine. It mirrors the way children, and sometimes adults, use rituals to feel safe. By saying goodnight to the moon, the air, and even nobody, the bunny acknowledges everything, seen and unseen, real and imagined. But let's not gloss over the fact that the bunny's goodnight list is extensive. Goodnight light, goodnight red balloon, goodnight cow jumping over the moon. Imagine being his parent, waiting for him to finish before you can finally grab a snack and binge your favorite show. Still, the bunny's charm is undeniable. He embodies the innocence of childhood, where even a pair of mittens deserves a heartfelt farewell before sleep. The magic of repetition. The genius of Goodnight Moon lies in its repetition. The words flow like a gentle melody. Goodnight stars, goodnight air, goodnight noises everywhere. For children, this rhythmic pattern is more than comforting, it's hypnotic. It creates a sense of predictability that makes the world feel safe. Repetition also encourages engagement. Kids love to chime in saying goodnight along with the bunny. And let's be honest, this repetition isn't just for the kids. Parents love it too. After a long day, there's something soothing about the cadence of the words. You might even find yourself saying goodnight mush under your breath as you drift off next to your little one. Good night to the quirks. Let's pause for a moment to appreciate the quirks in this story. The idea of saying goodnight to nobody feels oddly profound. It's as if the book acknowledges the invisible presences that fill our lives. Imagination, silence, or perhaps the friendly ghost who borrows your socks. Then there's the bowl of mush. What is mush exactly? Porridge? Mashed potatoes? Something worse? The mystery remains unsolved, but it's part of the charm. Every family who reads the book has their own interpretation, and it sparks hilarious discussions. And don't forget the quiet old lady whispering hush. She sits in her rocking chair, knitting away, offering the kind of calm presence that anchors the room. Who is she, really? A grandmother? A babysitter? Some sort of bedtime fairy godmother? Whatever her role, she's the unsung hero of this story. Why it resonates across generations. On the surface, Goodnight Moon is a simple book, but beneath its straightforward narrative lies a profound message. The importance of slowing down. In a world that's constantly buzzing with notifications, alarms, and deadlines, Goodnight Moon invites us to pause and take stock of the little things. It reminds us to appreciate the mundane, the socks, the clocks, the air we breathe. For children, this book is a soothing end to the day, a way to transition from the chaos of playtime to the stillness of sleep. For adults, it's a nostalgic reminder of simpler times when life felt as safe as a bunny's green room. Humor in the routine. There's an understated humor in the way Goodnight Moon captures the rituals of bedtime. Anyone who has ever put a child to bed knows the art of stalling. The bunny isn't exactly in a rush to fall asleep. He drags out his goodnights, probably hoping someone will let him stay up just 5 more minutes. Parents can relate to the quiet exasperation of the old lady whispering, "Hush, she's all of us," sitting there, waiting for the moment when the bunny finally closes his eyes. And yet, there's something heartwarming about her patience, the way she lets the bunny finish his endless goodnights without a hint of frustration. Final thoughts, a legacy of comfort. Goodnight Moon isn't just a book. It's an experience, a ritual, a shared moment of peace. It's the literary equivalent of a warm blanket and a soft pillow. Margaret Wise Brown's genius lies in her ability to capture the essence of bedtime, not as a task to be rushed through, but as a sacred pause in the day. For over 7 decades, families have turned to Goodnight Moon to end their days with a sense of calm and connection. Its timeless appeal lies in its simplicity, its gentle rhythm, and its ability to create a space where children feel safe, loved, and ready to dream. So, the next time you find yourself reading Goodnight Moon, take a moment to soak in its magic. Say goodnight to the moon, the stars, and even the mush. Because sometimes, the simplest stories leave the deepest impressions. Good night, dear reader. And may your dreams be as gentle as a bunny's whisper. Stay tuned for more enlightening content. Head over to www.mybooksummary.com. Don't forget to subscribe and share the magic with friends. And let's grow together through the power of books and interesting stories.